In a small town, there lived a young girl named Nea. Nea was a kind-hearted girl who lived with her grandmother. Although they had very little, Nea always dreamed of owning a beautiful cake, as she had never had one in her life. The town's bakery, famous for its delicious cakes, was always a temptation she could never afford. One day, Nea heard about a big celebration happening at the bakery. The bakery owner, Mrs. Verma, was giving away free slices of cake to everyone in the town. Nea's heart leapt with excitement. She had never tasted such a cake and thought it would be the perfect opportunity to fulfill her dream. As she made her way to the bakery, Nea met a kind stranger, a well-dressed man, who seemed to be in a hurry. He appeared to have dropped a wallet without noticing. Nea picked up the wallet and looked inside. It was filled with cash. For a moment, her heart raced with temptation. She thought, with this money, I can buy a whole cake and maybe even save some for my grandmother. But then, Nea remembered her grandmother's words. Honesty is more valuable than anything money can buy. Her grandmother had always taught her that true happiness doesn't come from taking what doesn't belong to you. Nea returned the wallet to the man, who was extremely grateful and offered her a small reward for her honesty. Nea politely refused, saying, I don't need anything, sir. It's just the right thing to do. The man smiled and said, You are a very honest and wise girl. Your honesty will always lead you to better things than any amount of money could. Later that day, Nea visited the bakery. Mrs. Verma saw her and said, You've been so kind, and I admire your honesty. As a reward, I want to give you a whole cake free of charge. Nea's eyes sparkled with joy. She had not only received the cake she had always dreamed of, but had also learned a valuable lesson about honesty. She thanked Mrs. Verma and returned home to share the cake with her grandmother. From that day on, Nea learned that true happiness doesn't come from shortcuts or taking what isn't yours. It comes from doing what's right, no matter how tempting the situation might be.